What's up, everybody? Clearly, I was totally prepared as you saw that screen pop up and me get huge. Anywho, apologies for the slight tardiness. The cat's 18, so when the cat comes to you and says, "Hey, give me food," you give the cat food. She should be happy now for a little while. Anywho, tonight's live stream is all about quality. It's a little bit about focus. We'll see where the whole chat takes us. But what I want to discuss is a little bit from two different perspectives. I want to discuss what we are thinking the company's perspective is versus what we think the customer's perspective is when it comes to quality, when it comes to what we want, maybe not even quality. Let's, in fact, throw the word quality out of there. Let's think more about what the business thinks versus what we think when it comes to what we'll collect. What does the business think we'll collect? Where are the barriers in their brains, do you think? And what are our own barriers and what's our own focus based on kind of what's out there right now? It's going to be all over the place, let's be honest, but that's what these live streams are. And that's the fun of it. So if you're catching this on the replay, let me know what kind of things you want to collect, what companies can do. Say, let's say, because they're making some of the cheaper figures right now, let's say McFarlane Toys and let's say Hasbro, what can those two companies do to make you step up and buy a lot of stuff if you're not doing so already? There you go. There's what we can get as far as comments and the all coveted engagement. Now, let's go see what's going on with the chat. Oh, wait, hold on. Timeout. My bad. Before we see what's going on with the chat, ladies and gentlemen, there is a tie for last month's Patreon photo contest entries. So if you're on the Patreon and you haven't voted yet, get in there, do me a favor, and vote on which one you want to see win. Because I was going to announce it tonight, but with a tie, I can't do that. And if by 11:59 Pacific Standard Time tonight there is no winner, I'm going to open it up to the free members on the Toypixx Patreon, and then we'll come up with it, and we'll figure out who is getting purple pants Fei Long. Now, let's open it up to the chat, see what's going on. Woo! All right, Sci-Fi. By the way, Sci-Fi George and anyone else in Michigan, this, not tomorrow, a week from tomorrow, Motor City Comic Con, Friday night. I'm going to be at Motor City Comic Con just walking around, checking things out. So if anybody's going to be there, let me know. See if we can get together, chat, do whatever's going on. So yeah, if you're in the Detroit area, you're going to the Motor City Comic Con next Friday night, I will be there. Not with a booth or in any official capacity. I'll probably look exactly like I look right now. It's easy to find a short guy in a red shirt. Anyway, let's get going with what Sci-Fi has got for us. Greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations, Sci-Fi George. Valaverse has announced a new variant of the Praetorian in white with red accents, and 1 in 100 will be in a clear translucent look. They're con exclusives for. I saw the clear one. I did not know that was a 1 in 100 thing. They're con exclusives for. Let's see, it's ginormous. Wait, hold on. Wait a sec. Did I miss one? Did I skip one? Oh my gosh. The con exclusives for. Oh no, I did not skip one. All right, it's ginormous. Thanks, Jazz. Size as well as its yet to be announced price. There are pics of it lying on the floor, partially painted next to a 4-foot tall little girl. 4 horsemen started there. Wait, okay, hold on, Sci-Fi. Are you talking about the Unicron? I think I saw that Unicron picture going around. That thing is ginormous, and our whole family has adopted saying ginormous. So yes, thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Scatman Carruthers. In-stock sale today at 11 a.m. EST, and their big Armory Build 3-figure set, complete with a barbarian body for $99, is already sold out. But there's still plenty of troop builders for elves, humans, Orcs, vampires, and tusk agents to buy at their original pre-order price, which can be $5 to $25 cheaper than retail sites, although a couple sites, such as Nerdzoic, are having sales currently for. I feel like a narrator because that's basically what I am. Their mythic legions and some cosmic legions figures. Now back to you, Dave, and the Earth's mightiest chat. Sci fi. That might be the best one yet. You, ladies and gentlemen, are indeed the Earth's mightiest chat. Seriously, we'll throw down with any other chat group. Let's do it. Say when. All right, spaded one. A winner is you. I got nothing. I got nothing. Help me. Help me, spaded one. You're my only hope. Ghost Tab is hanging out. Good to see you, man. BBTS and Entertainment Earth have posted any figure arts or Chogokin for pre-order. Let's see. Do you mean has or they haven't? I need to know, Ghost Tab. I'm wondering what's going on with a lot of stuff right now. Just out of curiosity. Toypixx, Sci-Fi, Spaded One, Ghost Tab, Skew. Always good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in this fine evening. I still need to go look more at that 112 props, and I know you've sent me other stuff that we got to check out. Got my Jada Sagat yesterday, and he's a doozy. Jada can't miss. Blanca should be here tomorrow, and I'm over the moon for it. Spaded One, you should be. Blanca's amazing. I love that figure. He went up today, in fact. I took a picture of him. He's outdoors. I don't usually like the outdoors stuff when it comes. I like more controlled lighting. The problem is the building lost power because they were exploring a gas leak today. And it's not a building in a bad part of town or anything. So hopefully it's all solved and I'll have power tomorrow when I go into the work. Ghost Tab, hello to you too, sir. What's up? Nerds, nerds, nerds. That's all I got, Mr. Matson. Always going ogre on that. Show the cat? Let's see. Oh, she walked away. She, I had her. She came over. She was not happy that I had not fed her yet. If she comes back in the room, I will make sure and show her to everybody. What's up, Clank? Good to see you. Let's keep having some fun. Oh boy. All good nerds here. Good enough. Like Goonies. Even better. Ah, Goonies. It's been so long. All right. But have we company? Quality means more than money. Quality also means customer satisfaction equals future buys. Ghost Tab, I totally agree. One of the things that I've been thinking about lately, we know that a lot of stuff, when it hits popularity the first time, that tends to be when it's at its most popular, I think. I mean, I'm not sure. It's not 100%. Like G.I. Joe, when they were 12-inch, were super popular. But then ARAH came out and just took it to a whole new level, right? So there are exceptions to the rule, but there are things that I think once they become cool, that's when they're pretty much at their peak for the most part. And then when they're no longer like crazy cool like that, maybe the brands and the companies should just die. Like I've been thinking about when companies cater to the shareholders more than they cater to the customers, maybe that should just be straight up company obsolescence and they just evaporate. Like the company just dissolves or something at that point. I don't know. I've been thinking about that because it seems to me companies once they're especially if they're living off pop culture stuff, they don't last a whole long or they shouldn't last a whole long time because most of the time they find a way to screw up the pop culture properties they have. Anyway, that's just me thinking out loud. Never a good thing. Tragic. What is up, sir? It's been a while. Hello, Dave and chat. It's been all good on my end. The studio is panning out nicely. Ooh, you got one going too, Tragic. I mean, if you're talking about mine, yes, it is. I'm pretty excited about it. But if you've got one going too, I needs to see pictures. Ahoy, wreck ship. Good to see you. Let's see, Dave. You're oh God, thank you, Tragic. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been fun. There's hopefully it'll be done with the exception of getting the Wi-Fi hooked up and everything this weekend, but we shall see. I'm probably not because the reason I'm going Friday night to that con is because Saturday I'm busy pretty much all day. Hey, Dave goes to a con. I know. This is the second one too, Mr. Matson. And like, when was Muskie Con? I think that was a couple months ago. So yeah, there just aren't that many around Michigan. But I'll make the ones I can. Spaded. Let's see, Hasn't and McFarlane are basically lost causes to me. Crazy markups, single joints, hinge, torso, pins, lack of accessories. Mofex and Jada Toys are the way to go for me. Yep, I think that's where we're at. That's where I'm at. But I wanted to make sure and get everybody covered, see what other thoughts there might be in the old chat. Devin's Movie Corner. Welcome, Devin. Thank you for stopping in. Guessing that the Tony the Tiger action figure is great. He is beyond. I'm a big fan. The one thing I'll say, and I've told these guys, it's a little top heavy, and I've got him displayed with my Mega Man figures. So one day I went back into the office and he toppled over and took a few Mega Man figures with him. So I had to make some adjustments. But after you get over him being top heavy, he's a phenomenal figure. Oh, I figured, Spaded one. What's up, Pixelated? Good to see you, sir. Uh-oh. Skew has much to say. Specifically, Super 7, add articulation to the 7 main Thundercats. Heck, all of like 2003 Turtles. Let's see, Jada, keep doing what you're doing and add Hanna-Barbera and Ruby Spears. Also, all work around tariffs. See, and that's something too. I haven't really been talking much about tariffs just because we know they're here, but we don't know what the overall impact is going to be. We don't know what the percentages are going to settle at and all that stuff. So it feels like no sense getting ticked off about it until we know the things. Now, if you're a business owner and you have a small business and you're living month to month with that small business, I feel awful for you because you're the ones that are getting hosed in this whole situation. Hasbro, Mattel, and all the big companies out there in the world, they're going to be okay. You guys, I want you to stick around. So keep fighting the good fight. Now, what have we? Paul, what's going on, man? Good to see you this fine evening. All right. I love it when you guys are all shouting each other out. This is probably one of my favorite things about the chats. FYI, the Mofex exclusive Han and Luke and Stormtrooper disguise and the Chrome Mando are up for pre-order at Plaza Japan. Ooh, I saw they were at Hobby Genki. They're at Plaza Japan too, huh? Ah. Yeah, I gotta dive into Moffat Star Wars, don't I? I basically decided the Favreau verse and the Lucas verse I might need to dive into. Mythic and Cosmic Legion stay awesome. Add articulation. Moffex make more Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. Brutal Realm, Savage Crucible, and AWOC make more. See, they're kind of some of the companies I'm worried about, you know? Like they're the ones that are going to get hit hard when it comes to this whole thing. Metacom, I don't think they're too worried about stuff. Maybe. I'm just not sure. And Four Horsemen, they've got a rabid fan base. I'm just hoping they don't lose their shirts on Bayathir when it comes time for that thing to ship, because that was an insane crowd fund. Ooh, all right. Ghost Tab, BBTS and EE has not posted any figure arts you covered weeks ago. Really? Oh man, I got to get on those sites a little more. I got to figure this stuff out. I wonder SHF might just be having problems. Or, they probably are a little worried. Yeah, I'm wondering about that too, Skew. Like, what's going to happen with all that stuff? Hopefully Mofex just keeps things going. By the way, guys, tonight we are drinking Blood Orange San Pellegrino. If you haven't had this, it's like carbonated juice, carbonated blood orange juice. In fact, I still haven't decided if I like it or if it's just weird enough to be like, this is weird. So, of course, I'm going to keep drinking it. Ah, yep. Tariff effect. I hope not. I mean, it could be. We don't know enough. I don't know enough about what goes on when it comes to the back rooms of all these companies, you know? Mr. Madsen, my wife suggested the Street Fighter movie for tonight. My daughter vetoed the Street Fighter, but said yes to Top Gun for tonight. Yay. All right, that's a win. I have not seen the Street Fighter movie, but I do dig Top Gun. And I'm assuming you've seen Maverick, which was also awesome. Now I'm getting all quiet. See, for me, it was Tuesday. That movie is fire. Man, interesting approach. Wait, hang on. What do we have? Interesting approach. Shows stores doing tariff. Let's see, doing tariff. It's by adding it as a shipping cost to the US. Huh. That is a little interesting. By the way, we brought up, or you guys brought up last time about Super 7 going up, what was it, 8% and charging tariffs for things that are in stock. We might not like it, but a lot of companies are going to try and do what they can to make some money on the back end to try and save up, depending on how hard these get hit. So, I mean, I think there's probably better ways to do it. And if I didn't already kind of think meh when it comes to Super 7, I don't know. I probably would have been a little more gentle on them, but we'll see. I mean, I feel bad for any business and the people that work in that business that might be in trouble. Super 7 maybe isn't in trouble. I don't know. Again, I don't have anybody's financials, but I mean, it could just be let's try and cover our butts so we don't go under. And I am sympathetic to that, no matter the business. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, gee, that works too. All right. Either one can't lose. Also true. My wife wanted to watch, let's see, Raul's. Oh, was it? Raul Julia, right? I didn't know that was his last movie. What's up, Star? Good to see you, sir. Street Fighter over Top Gun. Oh, no. Oh, that sounds like dissension in the ranks. I don't know if we can have dissension spaded one, but I've never seen Street Fighter, so I can't say. I have no opinion. I know it's wacky, tragic. I can't really have an input because my toy purchasing has come to a halt. Just have been working on my Dragon Cave and saving to put it in a bigger home. I'm still painting and gaming again. That is sweet, though, tragic. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear you're still doing stuff for the hobby, and I can't wait to see that Dragon Cave when it's set. That thing's gonna be, dare I say, massive. I mean, yeah, there are no words. There are no words. Are you using the pink foam to construct it? All right, what have we, sci-fi? There's lots of mini cons in Michigan, usually held at the Knights of Columbus Hall, like flea markets. You can find some rare and sweet finds. Yeah, there's one. So I'm in Jackson, and they have at the, what is it? Is it the fairgrounds? Yeah, it is the fairgrounds. They've got once, I think, a couple times a year. They've got a toy show. I still haven't. It seems every time the toy show's there, they haven't advertised enough for it, so I don't know it's coming. And then I have plans the days of the toy show, so I'm kind of keeping my eyes open for it now. But I mean, we don't have Motor City is the big one when it comes to Michigan for sure. We don't have San Diego, New York. We don't have the massive ones, but what we do have, Motor City. If you're in Michigan, that's the one to hang at. And I definitely want to check it out. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to that one. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep my eyes open for those other ones too. See, keep making cool stuff. Heck yeah, man. All right, Tragic. What have you? Dave, you need to get a Discord and we can have a 24-hour Toypixx page. Just a thought. We nerds can just hop on some games. Oh, I might look into that. I've got Discord. I mean, not for Toypixx, but I've got it for Midjourney. I might play. I might play. That's a good idea, Tragic. So, are we discussing how Jada has set the bar for greatness among toy companies? I mean, what we're discussing is kind of, I broke out quality. My thought is always quality over quantity. But what exactly is quality to everybody, and what makes us want to buy stuff or prevent us from buying stuff? And what do we think companies think of? I mean, I guess that one's just speculation. But for instance, it seems like Hasbro is, everybody says they're cheaping out and all that with a lot of paint apps, and they are. But their argument, it sounds like, is if we were to add more paint apps, then the figures would have to cost more money. And I think Hasbro wants to keep them below a certain price. But at the same time, Hasbro has acknowledged that much more of the toy buying public are adults. So if that's the case, why worry so much about keeping it at the 25 and below price point? Why not add some paint, some accessories, get some better sculpts in there and move it up to 30? Like I don't understand the logic necessarily there. Have they done enough homework to show them that a $5 difference is going to alienate a ton of their customers? Because that's not usually how it works in business. So I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know. I want to know many things. But yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk about all kinds of companies. Chicago Toy Show, Kane County, October 26th. We'll have Savage Crucible. I hear about Kane County. I might need to give that a shot too. It'll depend on all kinds of things going between now and then when it comes to Toypixx, but I would love to make it. I haven't been to Chicago to hang out in Chicago ever. So it would be cool to go to Chicago and just like go to the convention for one day and then hang out in Chicago for one day, I guess. I mean, I've been to Wizard World when it was in Chicago. I was there twice, but I was just at the Rosemonts. I didn't go out into Chicago proper. Isn't that Moffex Han Solo Stormtrooper their first Harrison Ford, A New Hope Han Solo, and Chewbacca incoming? I think it is their first Harrison Ford. I would hope that they're going to make a Han. We got that Luke head that's going to go on. I mean, I got to think they're going a New Hope for us. I don't know, man. That's the one thing about Moffex. You guys know, I love Moffex. If I were to quit every other line, Moffex is the one I'd continue with. But it does get to the point where you're like, oh, come on, release more, tell us more, give us more Star Wars, give us more. But they work with so many licenses with their business model the way it is, they can't give us 4 or 5 figures in a month because that would be insane on everybody's wallets. So I get it, but it drives me crazy. I want to know, like exactly what you're saying, Spaded One. Are they going to make another Luke? Are they going to make a Han? Are they going to make a Chewie? Are we going to New Hope when it comes to Moffex? Man, I hope so. I would love it. I would go insane, even more so than I am already. Ghost Dad, weird thing is that model kits in P Bondi are being pre-sold, but their Figuarts exclusives are missing. Huh. I wonder, I mean, obviously we have to go to import sites. I wonder how they're going to get around things. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's kind of, I know that everybody's kind of freaking out about it, and I get it. But in my head, it's more a game. How are these companies going to play this game and still try to make it so we buy their product? That's kind of a, like, I would hate to actually have to be playing that game, but it does feel kind of like a game. How can we get around whatever? Do we send it to France first or a country that doesn't have tariffs? And if we do that, is it just as expensive with tariffs, or can we reduce the cost to make our stuff a little easier to ship out? Who knows? I'm very interested in how they do this. Star, both Jada and Haya are companies that listen to their customer base and continuously improve their products. That's awesome. Rock on, guys. I completely agree. At least with Jada. I don't have any experience with Haya, but that Apollo Creed looks so good. I am so tempted. Nice. Don't stop me now. 'Cause I'm having a good time. I should never sing as Cartman. See. Uh-oh. What do we have from Harry? I can't believe it. The 1 year I go to Joe Fest, Four Horsemen go to DFW. Then I'm going to DFW. They're going to Joe Fest. Harry, that's awful, man. Well, hey, at least you'll see a lot of cool Joe stuff and Action Force stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Tragic. I'm glad to have cut the habit before the tariffs, but I know things will pan out. That's where I'm at too. Like I think like with me, I really am. I keep looking at my shelves and I've done some dabbling. I would love to expand my Mythic Legions line. I would love to expand my Action Force and my Monster Force figures. I'd love to expand my Plunderlings. When I really look at it all, I'm like, okay, Mothx, Jada, and Transformers, season one, that kind of thing, maybe G1 plus the primes. I don't know. I was looking at the collection today trying to figure out how could I whittle this down more. And yet I don't necessarily want to because I've got a dragon coming. I don't want to whittle down Mythic Legions. I mean, I couldn't whittle it down, but I want to get more. So I don't know. A lot of the times that I come up with these topics, it's to talk to myself and try and figure out what it is I can start knocking down a bit. Because honestly, when I was thinking about it, if I went Mezco comic and Star Wars and Jada, I could do all that and that'd be no big deal. I'd be totally good with all that stuff and I would love every single figure. And then I started thinking, well, everybody voted Mezco as number one for photos. So what if I also included Rumble Society in that? Could I do that? And then you start thinking, well, NECA Turtles, I really like Mirage. So see, like I said, I gotta figure out my own quality and focus and all that stuff because yeah, things are gonna get tougher, things are gonna get pricier, but things always get tougher and pricier. So this is just the latest excuse for people to hose us, but maybe not. I mean, there are real consequences to this one. My 3.0 DLX TFs may be on the chopping block for me with cost of living and rising mortgages down here. Just can't swing them anymore. I totally get that, Star. And the plus side, if you have a bunch and you decide to get rid of them, then that's a lot of money for Jada. Ooh, I will push all the buttons. Hey, I pushed a button. And we landed on tragic. Yes, pink foam, but I will need to put it on the wooden base. I'm thinking for longevity, depending on where I move, possibly even concrete or wood. Wow. Oh man. How far are you how long are you thinking before the move happens, Tragic? I mean, I'm assuming you don't have a place picked out, but I got to think you've got a timeline that you're trying to hit. So how soon before you're heading that way? Ah, so many buttons. I already decided to limit my collecting habits to Chug Transformers and classified G.I. Joe. Clank, that is brilliant, man. That is what I want to do. I want to figure out where the focus really needs to be. But I don't know. Look, guys, I haven't been doing anything, but I keep doing this. I wonder what's in this San Pellegrino. Family show, Dave. That's bad. Anyway, let's see. Luckily, both of those lines seem like they're going in good directions in terms of quality, so I'm happy. You know what? Yeah, when it comes to Hasbro, I think those lines are pretty good. Like, I know a lot of people don't necessarily like Transformers right now. I haven't had a problem with any of the ones I've gotten recently. I just got Megatronus. I love that figure. I think he's great. So, yeah, and everything I've gotten from Classified is phenomenal. And Harry, I still need to order hands. In fact, I might need to do that tonight after the live stream. But yeah, that's great, Clank. I need to do a similar thing. I need to figure out, okay, where's the focus going to be? Star, my lines that I'll take to the grave, Jada Edge Runners, Haya Godzillas, and hanging with you guys here. I keep those and I'll be sound. Awesome, man. Awesome, Star. That sounds pretty good, actually. Jada Edge Runners, Haya Godzillas. And I love seeing, like, when you guys, I think it was you that brought up the SHF Godzilla versus the Haya. It's night and day. Or no, it was the Shimo, I think. Is it SHIMO? It was night and day how much better the Haya one looked compared to the SHF one. It was insane. So you guys are getting me closer and closer to wanting to try out Haya when I'm trying to figure out how to focus the collection. And Star, we all appreciate that, man. We're glad that you enjoy coming in here to hang out so much. It means a lot to me, and I'd be willing to bet it means a lot to the chat. So thanks again. Cheers. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, what's everybody else drinking this fine evening? All right. Now I want to fire this up real quick, and then we'll get back to the chat, and I want to bring up some pictures and all that. Oh my gosh. Come on, internet. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. All right. Wonder how many times. All right, guys. Here's what you do. Take a shot every time I say, all right. Don't do that. Don't do that. I would now push the password. I push the buttons. La 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 la. Now I'm just talking to myself, doing the things, clearing the throat. Why not? All right, this stuff's all taking way too long. Because I haven't done it yet, and because we might have what we like to think of as some first time people hanging out in the chat. First, if you are here for the first time, welcome and thank you very much for stopping by. Just like everybody else that's always here, it's always appreciated when people stop by to hang out. We have the 100 Backgrounds for Action Figure Photography ebook on the Toypixx Patreon. You don't have to be a member. You can go over there and download it for free. So if you're looking for some digital backgrounds, I explain how I use them in the ebook. So if you want to give that a shot, go in, download, have fun. Make sure and tag me in the pics. I like to see what you guys do with these things. And I should even be getting time for Twitter a little more shortly. Let's see. I'll be at Kane County Toy Fair. I'm there, Dave. I'll treat you right here. Awesome. Awesome. Tragic. Now I definitely need to. I feel like I have to go now. I feel like Kane County is necessary. I know the best pizza places. See. Yeah, you go to Chicago, you kind of need that, don't you? Spaded one. Jada really has become the rock of my of my collecting. I can count on every release to be greater than the sum of its parts. Every fig feels better than the last. The gut is the smoothest, big boy. Blanca's pretty smooth too. In fact, guess what? I never have figures on me when I'm live streaming from here, but because I had to shoot Blanca outside, he's so angry and so pretty. I have to get back to the videos. We need a video on Blanca, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is pretty amazing. Let's see. Anyway, yep. Yeah, I need to get Sagat. There were two of them at Target, and I chose Tony the one time. And then the next time I went over, I chose Blanca, and now Sagat's not at Target. So that's how it works for me, apparently. Skew, they lock in origin of manufacturing, if I'm not mistaken. Factories here they share would be better, or move equipment here. Cost I know, but still cheaper than 145% added on if made here. Yeah, but we're looking at if something gets made here from an action figure point of view, we're probably, I think we did a little bit of the math last time because it'd take a couple years anyway, I think, for a factory to get up and running, but then you need the people. And then even if it took a couple years for the factory to get moving, you still have the toy companies have to design the figures. So factory's ready on day one, but now you have 9 months to a year to go after the first CAD drawings or whatever are sent to the factory before the toy gets put out. I'm thinking we're looking at anywhere from 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 years before a factory would be able to make figures over here. But I don't know. There's so many different variables there. But again, I am optimistic that it'll get figured out. I just hope the little guys don't get hosed in the process too much. I know it's unfortunate. It will happen some, but hopefully not everybody gets wiped out. Star, it seems that the Eastern companies care more about their customers' wants and desires than Western companies. It's the old adage, take care of those that take care of you. They'll be around forever. Star, I kind of agree. I mean, I totally agree, to be very honest. I think something that a lot of I don't know if it's master's business programs at US universities where everybody is just constantly looking to get the quickest return on their investment. So they don't think of longevity when it comes to the company. The best way to have a company that sustains a long time or that sticks around for a long time is to take care of the customer first. Like you look at what Mofex is doing, you look at what Jada is doing, they're knocking it out of the park, or at least trying to knock it out of the park with every single release. And because of that, they build goodwill. Customers want to keep coming back, and their stuff's going to continue to get better and better. Customers are going to continue to go and check out more stuff. Once you start having to placate the shareholders instead of the customers, then what's happening is your stuff's getting a little cheaper. You're cutting corners when you can. And what that's doing is shrinking your fan base. So yeah, and I think you're absolutely right. I don't know, like SHF hasn't been my favorite. I do like a lot of their Star Wars stuff, but I feel like their people over there, I think they must love SHF and SHF must do a great job with their stuff. I know that Mofex does. I don't know enough about, well, I mean, when I look at Kyoto, for instance, or like their amazing Yamaguchi figures, they're amazing. I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think when we're talking Japanese companies versus US companies, I do think at least from the top down, I think they must care more about their customers because they think they better care more about their customers. Whereas here, I think the people that probably care about the customers are the people trying to design the toys, and the people at the top don't care about the customers so much. They care more about the bottom line instead of the longevity of the business, because if they don't hit every quarter goal, they don't get the money that they're supposed to get bonus wise at the end of the year or something. So there's problems. I think the main problem, like what something that I'm getting more and more annoyed by are companies being publicly traded. And that's how a lot of people make money. They invest in them and everything. But companies being publicly traded is why the US doesn't make as good of figures as what the companies in Japan do and the companies in China now. All right. That wasn't a tirade, was it? The Cyberpunk figs had me second guessing Mezco. They delivered a Jada figure in similar quality soft goods with less stuff at a great price. They really seem to care about the customer experience. I totally agree, Spaded One. I mean, okay, I don't agree on all of it just because I still haven't experienced a Mezco and I don't have that David. But everything I've got from Jada, it just feels like they give a crap, you know? And again, I know we've talked about how Hasbro has to make so many figures that eventually you got to lose some of the passion for the project and just hope that when a figure you love comes around, you're a character you love comes around, you're going to be able to dedicate the resources to making that one great because so many you can't make great, you know? So I don't want to knock the designers. I don't want to knock the ground floor people that are trying to make awesome stuff. The people to knock are the executives and the shareholders, to be very honest. Let's see, best also if they drop tariffs amount or move countries too, might still happen. I who knows? Who knows? I mean, things like I keep going back to what Ace said. America needs its iPhones, and then I'm thinking, and China needs our money. Something will happen. Pixelated poses. Do vendors sell superhero and lines other than GI Joe and Action Force at Joe Fest? You know what? I think so, but I've never been to Joe Fest. Man, all right. Facts. What have we started? The tariffs are the only remaining hope my 30 DLX TFs have. I need the time if they're going to continue. Yeah, we just start saving up. Maybe that's the trick, guys. We either go back and we buy stuff that has come out that we haven't picked up yet, or we just start saving our money for when whatever resolution happens with these tariffs. I don't think that's a bad idea, honestly. Yes. Ah, sweet. There we go. Skew knows what's up. Ooh, went in 2023. Awesome, man. Awesome. See, be wary if they still do DFW Joe some weekend. Some may split there. Not sure. Got it. Makes sense. Skew. Sweet. In person events might be the way to save, assuming vendors bring items they bought pre tariffs. That's fair. And remember that vendors might have to be like, they might have to up their prices so they stay in business, even if it's pre tariff purchases or pre tariff products. It's tough, man. Dave, you don't have to stick to mythic legions. You can just find medieval or fantasy characters that are 112. And I probably would. I probably would. But my problem is, holy crap, there's so much good stuff that how do I triage it? Great idea, and you'll enjoy either one. Nice. The last of the Time Lords is here. What is up, Anton? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. 5K Toys, Gundam, and third parties, too. Ah, tragic. I went to pick up 112 Jesus that just came out and take some pics of him playing chess with Bartholomew, the devil from Mezco. Well, if someone has it, there is a freebie pick idea. Oh, that's right. Did those get shelved? Or is it that they're eating? I thought I read something where the people that started that, they're going to eat some of the cost and charge people just a little more for shipping. Isn't that right? Let's see. Some water. That's all today. That's okay, Anton. I could use more of that myself. Skywalking. Let's see. Trying to give it about 3 days and see if the price changes. You know what? That's kind of where we're at, isn't it? Let's see. And your sonic screwdriver. What? Oh no, I'm just going to keep clicking. I'm going to push more buttons. What do we have? Clankatron. That's right. The D13 Biblical Adventures are in stock. Okay, they're in stock at BBTS. I'm still waiting for my Kickstarter order to come in. Also, I'm drinking a green tea Arizona. See, that sounds good too. It's been a while since I've had an Arizona tea. I used to get what was it, the Arnold Palmer one, but I do like green tea. I'm a fan. Tragic. I'm drinking IPA Antihero from Revolution. It's a local Chicago brewery. I feel like I've heard about that. When IPAs were a huge thing, I know a lot of beer snobs, basically. I was never a beer snob. I liked Dragon's Milk, but that was because of things that Dragon's Milk had a really high alcohol by volume content, and it was tasty. So that was as far as it got for me when it came to being a beer snob. I do not drink Dragon's Milk anymore. I don't recommend deciding to drink one every quarter in a football game. That leads to tragedy. I know it. All right, Star, what have we? When you guys get figs of mixed quality, what points do you focus on first? For me, it's durability of plastic and how well the parts are put together for heavy articulation usage. You know what came to mind right away, Star, is how easy it is to switch heads and hands. Like that adds so much. So we talk about, or I talk about how figures are photogenic and all that based on heads and hand accessories and all that. Well, if I have to constantly take my figures to the hair dryer so I can swap out heads and hands, that loses a lot for me. And I actually, who was it? I broke a quick kick trying to pull his hands out. Now, I'm okay with it. I think quick kick's shoulders were really bad. And so I didn't really care to use the figure all that much anyway. But at the same time, I don't like that I broke his hand just trying to pull his hand out for regular swapping. And it, excuse me, sorry about that. And it wasn't that cold. So I think that's something that I really look for is that kind of durability. Now, when it comes to, I mean, I guess you just don't know. You don't know until you pick them up. I know that Action Force is a little tough to pull off hands. At least it was the last few I've gotten or the last couple, but I haven't gotten any recently. So I want to check those and see if they're bad. But it does make it, honestly, so I don't use those figures as much. And Jada is like butter. I've got a great dad joke for you. Let's see how everybody thinks. Did you hear about the fellow that evaporated? He will surely be missed. Good Lord, man. Why? Why did you have to go with the mist? Anton, I like it. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Skew, I'm down for those parties. Oh, shindigging it. Blanca looks dope. Blanca is rad, tragic. If you see him, I do recommend picking him up. See, I'm gonna tell my daughters that joke. Do it. Do it. Grats on Blanca. Thank you, Skew. I was lucky. It's the only one I've seen still. And it was like, should I get it? No. Am I getting it? Yeah. Because Blanca, you guys know what's up. Like, who wouldn't get Blanca? Let's be honest. Let's see here. Gotta push the button. If it's not all possible, can we look at that April O'Neil as a Ninja Turtle? I think we can find that, hopefully. So let's get back. I mean, I know I've been chatting about all this stuff right now. Let's get to the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me, what is it? What kind of stuff are you focusing on right now with the prices going up, how they're doing, and everything else? Have you really cut back? Has your focus just kind of dialed in a little more? Or are you still pretty much trying to keep up with everything? No, I mean, I'm good with all of it. I'm just curious. And I know not everybody, I know there's a lot of people that say if you're a Marvel Legends collector, for instance, you just want the whole Marvel universe on your shelves, and that's the only way to do it. So I'm totally good with it. But is that to you quality? Like, is it the quality of having the whole Marvel Legends, like the whole Marvel universe on your shelves? Or do you think about quality like I do, where it's more on an individual figure basis? Let's just let's keep going like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of the Patreon, and I'll see if I can find that April O'Neil as a Ninja Turtle while you guys discuss. I think, where is she, Anton? Is she on NECA? Or is she, oh, was she Target? I don't even remember where she's at. Hang on, hang on. I'm sure you guys are all typing furiously on the keyboard saying, here, Dave, here, this is where she is. And she's not on BBTS. Let me try to go to the NECA store. Welcome to the NECA store. Ah, okay, I think I found her. Give me a minute. The NECA store is taking a little bit of time. It doesn't like loading. It hates me. See the latest store. Show me store, show me brands. Don't worry, I will share the screen when I get there. I just figured you guys don't want to watch me just sit here and go through all this insanity as I'm trying to navigate. Sort by. Come on now. Best selling. Ah, stop it. So many pop-ups. I can't find things. Alphabetically Z through A or A through Z. New to old. Let's try that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if that'll help me out. That seems weird. Ah, here we go. Okay. We got her, Anton. Give me just a sec. There we go. All right, we have April O'Neil as the fifth turtle. She's looking like a turtle. She does look angry. Don't mess with this turtle. She looks like the angriest turtle. She looks like she gives Raph a run for his money. Pretty good stuff. All right. Let's get back to the chat while we've got April up there. Man, that Blanca looks like a way more premium figure than its $30 price point would have you believe. Spaded One, you are not wrong. Hang on, there was a black bag that Blanca was in, and it's not here anymore. Give me a sec, guys. Hang on. Black bag that was up here.
Right over there. Got a hole in it. I hope you didn't lose something.
I lost nothing. Okay, hold on. Let me show you the things. If you didn't see the picture, as you all know, if you watched my tour, that was Toypixx, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If you watched my tour of the office, you know that this is kind of how I pack up my stuff. They just all go in Ziploc bags when it comes to the stuff I'm not using. He also came with 2 of these electricity effects, and they are not the same thing. So when it comes to Blanca just going crazy, you set up, let's see, let's get a little further back here. Set these up and you can have him, just going nuts. Yeah, he is much more, I totally agree with you, Spaded One. He does seem like he's a far more valuable figure than that $30 would indicate. And I love the way the hair works, so check this out. His head is way back. Let me see if I can, hold on. Let me enlarge this screen a little bit. Don't worry, we will come back to the fifth turtle, Anton. I want to make sure people see what's going on here with Blanca. All right, now check out how far back his head looks there when he's hunched forward a little bit. Like you can still get his head up quite a bit there. So it's pretty remarkable what Jada's doing with these figures. They left, I think Anthony's Customs pointed out that they left a little more room. Kind of, hang on. Let's see if I can do this right. You see that big notch there, like it's cut out a little more than you would see on another figure. Most figures that are supposed to be looking up, they don't take the time to do something like that. But with Blanca, somebody took the time to do something like that, and because of it, and because it's covered with all this hair, which makes it easy to do, you can get that crazy neck range. I think you can even do better. Hang on. Yeah, it's insane. But anyway, enough of Blanca, although I do highly recommend that everybody get Blanca if you're into the Jada Street Fighter line at all. He is my favorite, but then Blanca was always my favorite character when it came to Street Fighter as well. Now, don't worry, we're going back to April. And let's get chatting, shall we? Oh man, you guys know how to chat. The chat all jumped and everything. Woo! All right, star material and feel and paint and articulation first. Learn from an old Dragon model silicone body 20 years ago plus. Let's see here, 20 years plus ago. Fison does it, but that material may not last, etc. I remember Dragon models. That was insane. I haven't heard about that in forever, or about them in forever. Okay, let's keep it up. Also, as far as new figure factory goes, I'd be concerned about the lack of experience that brand new workers would have with a brand new factory. That would be, I mean, there would be a learning curve for sure. And hopefully people will be up to it. We'd fly over people from China that have that experience so they could really show us what's up. But I mean, it almost feels like if we're going to want action figures, it's going to have to go that way. But right now, it also feels like action figure, like if it's not a collector, then like action figures don't seem to have the mass market appeal for kids anymore, which is crazy sad. But I will say there are the younger people are still collecting because I know that based on my YouTube analytics. So maybe it's still viable. I don't know. I don't know. My brain's all over the place on that one. Pixelated companies over here only consider the value they return to shareholders that quarter. Exactly. Exactly. And that's just not the way you lead a company. One of my favorite things, one of my favorite stories when it comes to leading a company has to do with Steve Jobs. And it was because he had sold Pixar to he had sold Pixar to Disney at the time. And because of that, he was a billionaire. I think the sale was $4 billion or something like that. And he's on the board at Disney, all that stuff. And he would go into the board and he'd say, here's what we're going to do. And the board would sit there and say, well, we don't think you should do that. And Jobs, who had nothing to lose, basically said, okay, if you don't want to do that, I'm leaving. I don't need to be here. And because of that, he was able to lay the foundation that turned Apple into what it is today, which, you know, whether you have a good or a bad opinion of Steve Jobs, Apple is the number one company in the world based on what he did. So I think we need more people like him, and instead we're getting more MBA robots. Tragic, pixelated, short term, it may suck, but things will turn around in 6 months to a year. Right now, save your cash because this will encourage factories to open in the US. Yeah, I just don't know. How long do we have? Like, if we all took a 3 or 4 year break from collecting figures, would we come back to it? Star, I hope they find something that works correctly. Skew, yep, completely agree. Facts. Okay, what do we have, Tragic? But while they build, we will remove the tariffs because they are producing and creating revenue, and that will create growth in the economy. That would be phenomenal. I mean, I don't have a problem with moving things back here. I'm totally good with that. But we need to figure out how to do it realistically and in a decent timeline that's going to work and that's going to keep the hobby going. Like, if they were to say, if they could have a factory up and running in 3 to 6 months, we'd be good to go, right? I think most anybody would say, okay, we can wait that long. But when we're get figures from a factory for another probably 3 to 5 years, then would the hobby survive? I don't know. I mean, it would be good for the economy, but who knows? Let's see. Spot on. Mezco better watch their backs. Ooh. See, guys, you noticed from the other night when we talked about what the best figures were, the best figure lines for photography, I used that to create the thumbnail. We had Mezco and Moth X, and we had Jada and G.I. Joe classified because I thought those are the ones that everybody seems to be big fans of. And I put Doc Knock on there, who, by the way, Doc Knock, they're still waitlisting him. And I looked at that and thought, ooh, maybe not. We'll see. Blanca is fire. Yeah, Blanca's awesome. And you're not wrong, Spaded One. For $30, do it. If that's the only problem is you got to find them at Target right now. I don't think anybody has them in stock. Let's see. I have no doubt Jada is killing it. KJ, what's going on, man? Thank you for stopping in. See, start prioritizing stateside items we've been waiting on first. They'll start disappearing and go up. Huh. Interesting. Oh, wait. Oh, oh. Not pushing buttons. Must push buttons. Spaded one question. Would you pay extra for a premium Jada Toys Street Fighter line? The same lineup with soft goods like the Cyberpunks, 4 sets of hands, 4 heads, and effects for every special attack. I don't know. And the reason I don't know, like most of the time somebody would ask me a question like that, I would say yes, no doubt. But what they're doing now with their exclusives is they're keeping it so the prices for their exclusive figures still aren't insane, and they're coming with those exclusive sets or with those pieces that we can use with figures that they've already released. Like my favorite example is the pink Chun-Li. They came out with a pink Chun-Li, and now we've got a complete pink Chun-Li and a complete blue Chun-Li, basically. I mean, they could probably use maybe another head, but maybe that'd be a different Chun-Li somewhere down the line. So I think I really like what they're doing now, to be honest. And they're doing it without having to have a premium line. So I think I like I said, most of the time I would say yes. Like if Marvel Legends came out and said, we're going to start doing a premium line, we're going to totally do the sculpts, we're going to add the ball peg waists, we're going to get proportions right, we're going to start giving you the level of detail that you want from collectibles, then yeah, if they said we're going with a really high end line, not the Maximum series, that just didn't cut it, but we're going with a really high end line, I would say absolutely, let's do it, Marvel Legends. I don't think Jada needs to with their Street Fighter stuff right now, just the way they've handled it so far. But yeah, it's a good question. It's a good thing to think about. Skew, they're dropping soon. 112 Jesus, supposedly. All right. Let's see. Let's. Good Lord. Okay. Mr. Matson. Matt Cohen shooting the Galaxy did an interview with Chris McLeod, the full force. Go check it out later. Oh, I will. Shooting the Galaxy, man, he does incredible work. So I'll definitely want to check that out. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Ooh, that's missed. I was thinking, is it MY or is it MI? I think it's MIST. Or is it? It could be MYST. Who knows? Aram, what's going on, man? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Blanc is pretty awesome. Thanks for stopping in. Let me know whenever you want to join in. And that goes for everybody, guys. If you're in the chat, I haven't put this forth anytime recently, but if you ever want to do a live stream or something on here, feel free to shoot me an email at toypixx@gmail.com and we'll get something scheduled. Let's see, Mr. Madsen, remember that PC game? Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. I forgot there was a PC game. Wait, was it No. Okay. Now I'm seeing this. There was something called MYST. Dang it. My brain, it's all over. I've already been dialed in for the most part with just classified and now Delta 17, but depending on these upcoming price hikes, the classified list will definitely shrink to one degree or another. Yeah, see, I need to, like Harry talked about the hands that fit from Action Force to G.I. Joe Classified. I need to get some of those hands, and then I need to make some decisions on some G.I. Joe figures. But I know I wouldn't go nuts on all of them. And well, when I look for action figures, I usually try to find stuff for kids that when I give them to the YMCA for them to play with, the Barbies are very expensive. Barbie holds its man, like Barbie's been around for forever, and they still seem to find ways to make it. It's just a woman in different clothes, and then I think they've articulated them a little better recently, but they still make them relevant somehow, and it's kind of impressive. Like they kind of, what was it we were talking about earlier? How GI Joe, when it was big in the '60s, how we thought, okay, or how I would think based on my own theory, that's the height of their popularity. They'll never get more popular. And then A Real American Hero came out. Well, after a bit, you think 30, 40 years, it's time for some pop culture thing to die. Barbie's been around since the 50s, and she seems as relevant today as she's always been. So it's insanity, but it's kind of awesome too. Like, it's kind of a cheat code as a dude for like a niece. You're like, oh hey, I know that Barbie's still okay. I can go find one of those. Although I tend to go more 30-minute sisters for my niece. Star, I'm just about to pull the trigger on those Unix Square Robotech Veritech, still waiting for the definitive transformable Veritech. Hopefully, we'll get some villains like the Battle Pods and Glogs? Glogs, huh? I do like the name Glog. That sounds grotesque and Augie. Woo! She's target first. Who's target? Oh boy. What did I miss? What did I miss? Missed the game. Yes, love that game. There we go. Okay, okay. I remember hearing or seeing the word or whatever. I've learned to avoid bottomless money pits. Only thing I'm focused on completing is Jada Street Fighter, and that's because there's a solid endpoint. TMNT and Marvel is dangerous if you get hooked. That's fair, especially if you're talking like TMNT for sure. Like if you're somebody that decides, you know what, I'm just going to get the TMNT figures, you're screwed. You might as well just take out a third and fourth mortgage and buy that really nice box you've seen over at U-Haul. And yeah, because they're insane. There's so many of those. But then when it comes to Marvel, I think you're okay with Marvel if you stick to comic and you stick to Mafex. And that's not a slam on Legends so much. But if you stick to comic and you stick to Mafex, you're spending a lot less money than if you did the same thing with Marvel Legends. Because yeah, that would be very dangerous. All right. We've got this fifth turtle hanging out. I might need to find something else to put on the screen. If I can find a GI Joe or a Ninja Turtle on sale, that'd be even better. Sometimes Target, sometimes Walmart, and sometimes even Macy's, which has a last chance sale. Macy's, it's been a while. I went to when I was in Ann Arbor, I would go to Macy's from time to time just to go to that little tiny fake Toys R Us. And I say fake because they shouldn't be allowed to call themselves Toys R Us. If anybody's been to any of those, fools. Don't forget to set like to the stream. Oh, thank you, Iram. I appreciate it, man. Remember, kids, don't violently hit the like button, but if you can gently, tap it so that next time it's there for you to like as well. Much appreciated, sir. I think she's on Mezco. Oh, wait. Okay, we're talking the fifth turtle. Let's see. Why does Alf look so much like Alec Baldwin? Maybe it's the hair. Oh, dear. Oh, cool. NECA found another way to sell that mold. Sci-fi. Sapporo is a pretty good Japanese beer that comes in an insulated can that keeps the beer cool for hours. Red Stripe is a popular Jamaican beer. Happy chugging. I've had Red Stripe. I've never had Sapporo. But it's been a while since I've had anything, guys. I don't drink so much anymore. But trying to get the memory on all that stuff. Red Stripe, it was kind of a bet kind of thing. Like everybody's getting Red Stripe, so it was kind of just Red Stripe night. Okay, not necessarily a preference, but it does exist. Pixelate, I think about quality per figure, but I have my limits. I wanted an Indiana Jones. The Mezco goes for 175. I bought the Hasbro since Indy isn't a line I collect. That makes sense too, because you want kind of that Indiana Jones representation, but if it's not something that you're that big into, why get the SHF or the Mezco one? I do understand that. Hang on, guys, hang on. Now we're gonna indulge yours truly a little bit. We're gonna go in here Way tonight's live stream is going to go till about 8:30 or so my time. So we've got 19 minutes to go. And I want to go, we're just going to look at classified a little bit because I might have decisions to make on which of these figures I should get based on getting a hold of Action Force hands when I do that. How many of you besides Harry have been mixing Action Force hands in with your G.I. Joe classified figures? I would be curious to know such things. Skew, awesome Cowabunga time of the month, April. Oh, no, no, no. Skew, I can't believe I read that. And what's worse is I'm laughing. Oh, nicely done, sir. Nicely, sir. Nicely done. Raph approves the wrath. He does. He's an angry guy. She looks awesome. I may definitely hope or have to get her. Nice, Anton. Nice. She does look good. Spaded. Holy crap. Figure Arts charges you $35 for those same electrical effects. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. Like those lightning effects that they've got, I didn't even think about it. Let's see. Pixelated sci-fi. Infrared stripe. No, only +1 for Dragon's Milk, ladies and gentlemen. It's the only acceptable beer. Anton, I like the A on her belt buckle. I guess she would probably keep her own name. That's true. What would there be? This is terrible. I thought V because of Venus. Because when you think of the Renaissance, I can't think of any female painters or sculptors from back then. Like, at least not the ones that made the big splash that Leonardo and Michelangelo and all those guys did. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Art nerd Michelangelo. I say Michelangelo when I'm talking the turtles. Or maybe the bows? The nose? But I was blocked by things on the screen. Not cool. I shot the tariff, but I didn't shoot the deposit. Ooh, sci-fi, we need the rest of the lyrics. Do it. Do it. Oh, look, Jada made a Maximum Hulk. I mean, Blanca. This Blanca could beat the crap out of that Maximum Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. It has fewer heads and fewer hands, but it's way more awesome. Sci-fi, great idea. While you're joking, man. I'd rather have Venus than April as a turtle. It makes more sense. It does. Star, after handling these Edge Runners figures, it blows my mind how these beauties came from a company just starting out with figures. And at this price point, Jada is gold. And Jada, we have to keep in mind too, and it's not a slam at all at Jada. It's what Jada's able to do because of this, which is awesome. They built their reputation on die-cast cars, and die-cast cars, you can repaint the crap out of those things. When you think Hot Wheels is still going so strong and is such a moneymaker for Mattel, you just repaint and repaint and repaint and repaint some more as die-cast cars. So I'm sure they had plenty of money from making the cars that they felt, okay, June, if you want to play a little bit in the action figure world, let's see what you do. But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I love that they were able to do that. Star, 3 to 5 years. I don't even know if I'd survive. I'm not exactly young anymore. That's why I dropped Mezco. I don't have another 30 years to wait on a figure's release. Star, that makes sense, man. Like, if I were to get Mezco, it would have to be something that I knew would be dropping very soon. Anton, in the story, she only stays a turtle for one issue. Maybe if it was in another universe, I would have her. She's stuck that way. How would she Oh, like a what if? Like if April turned into a turtle and stayed as a turtle. That would be an interesting play. Okay, hang on, guys. I want to click something here. I want to see if Snake Eyes gloves are just strictly black or if there's detail on them. Come on, come on, come on. Because those would be like, I like this Snake Eyes, believe it or not. And if I could get him and get hands for him, that would be pretty cool. Like, get some Action Force hands for this Snake Eyes. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, and everybody likes just black Snake Eyes, but I like the difference here on this guy. I think that looks really good. Let's keep it there. All right, we're going back to the chat. All right, Star. I'd like to see Jada becoming something like Chemical Attack or Sentinel. Jada could make figs for other companies since their figure quality is so head and shoulders over everyone else. That would be cool, and it might be an avenue they'll look into at some point. Right now, I'm very happy with what they're doing. Just making things for themselves, you know? Skew, Mattel just announced price hike. CEO, at least they just said it. I saw that. Was that yesterday or the day before? I saw the headline, but at this point, I just expect price hikes no matter what the reason. So I'm kind of just, well, there's another company doing it. CEO said it. Yep, yep. Jada giving Blanca that much head movement is amazing considering how little articulations Marvel Legends have if there's even a little bit of hair in the back of the head. And it's the way they did the hair too. Like it's two separate pieces and they're like a soft rubbery material almost. So it can get out of the way, which is really cool. I wondered like for a company like Mofex, because they use pretty rigid plastic, I wondered if they should just sculpt a head with hair straight back so that you could angle the head up and the hair would just be sculpted like that. But now I'm looking at Blanca and I'm thinking, no, they should just do the hair in multiple segments and keep it soft like that, and that'd be sweet. I mean, you can tell when you look at a Jada figure how much thought went into it. And that's something that I really appreciate. And I think a lot of us really appreciate that. Maximum Spidey is up on Amazon at retail as well. Well, I mean, if anybody wants a Maximum Spidey, I am very happy with my Mofex, but I understand if there's Marvel Legends collectors out there, and I have seen the videos. Maximum Spidey can do some things that the Mofex can't, but at the same time, the Mofex can do some things that the Maximum can't. So it's basically, are you into Mofex or are you into Marvel Legends? And there you go. That's your choice. That's the decision you have to make because they both seem to move well. Star, I'm concerned about more than just the tariffs. With India and Pakistan going to war, China will get involved since they have trillions invested in Pakistan. That's not going to do us any favors. I have stayed away from the news. I did not hear anything about India and Pakistan, but I know that historically they don't necessarily enjoy each other. I hope these tariffs don't mess with the Scooby Jada figures, but they probably will. They probably will, Groovy Me. I know at first June was hoping that they'd be around $30 for the Scooby figures, but we'll see what happens. Skew Groovy Me facts. Let's see, hope Scoob and the crew are good. I do too. So we're looking would you guys say most of you are looking at it instead of quantity, instead of a lot of figures, would you say you're looking at it mostly? I believe it was Pixelated answered this already, but are you looking at them by a figure by figure on a figure by figure basis? Or are you looking at it more as, man, I got to complete this line? Because I'd be curious about that. Like truly to me, figure by figure is the way to go. But even that gets tricky because there's so many great figures out there that focusing is just it's a thing that I feel like we need to do, but it's so hard, especially when you're me and you're a total nerd for these figures. There's something up with the Maximum Spider-Man at Amazon. There's only one shipping option, and it arrives on the 19th of May. Huh. I haven't even looked. I know nothing. The SHF Indy is really great. I've heard that that thing's awesome, and I've seen pictures that make him look amazing. I might need to check him out at some point. Rexship, I missed the first few minutes of the stream. Who won the photo contest? Rexship, I am sorry to say, what's going on right now is there was a three-way tie. So what's going on is I told people if you're checking out or if you're a paying member on Patreon, you have till 11:59 tonight Pacific Standard Time to vote, and hopefully that'll get the tiebreaker to happen. And if it does not, I'm going to open it up to the free members so that we can get this settled because I want it settled. I want to be able to send that out, and I don't want to confuse people by putting up this month's when we still don't have last month's solved, you know? So hopefully that tie will be broken tonight. Tragic. I still want to get the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes with a bear. Nothing wrong with that. And actually, that Snake Eyes, I can get flesh color hands. And oh man, now I'm thinking too much, guys. It's a problem. It's a problem. I need to be careful because with the Action Force hands and the G.I. Joe figures, that could be a crazy rabbit hole, especially considering how much I like the Action Force figures themselves. Skew, tragic. Yes, that one and maybe the other ones with the mass device components on sale, maybe? Man, I wonder what sales are going to look like in the future with everything going on right now. Like, will there even be decent sales pixelated? So it's like buy the Jada Electric Effect and get Blanca for free. Pretty much. That does seem to be true. And they're good size. I think this one, well, let's see. Let's just hold it up next to Blanca. Of course, I'm thinking Blanca is he's about 7 inches tall. He might be a little shorter, but the Electric Effect is pretty good size. Oops, let's go this way. So yeah, you're kind of, I think that might be accurate, Pixelated. I think you got something there. All right. Tragic skew, then you will be all set. Yes, Pax. Toypixx, Snake Eyes is fire. We'll get them all eventually. See, I don't want them all, but man, they do look good. Ugh. I've been geeking out on Baldur's Gate 3 and the remake of Oblivion. Looks great on my rig. We all need to get on Discord. All right, I think I'm hearing you, Tragic. I think your subtle hints are starting to make a breakthrough. See, Toy Talk and Game. Man, oh man. All right. It's phase first now, and always it's forced even more now. If it relaxes, we'll relax. Yeah. Come on. I just wanted to get solved so we all can carry on. I don't really buy figs on a selective basis. I buy all figs of a movie, anime, book, show, etc. that I love. Love Edge Runners, love Godzilla Minus One, love the look of live action Transformers. Sold. Man, you know what, Star? That would be a good way to go. That would be a great way to collect, actually. And I don't know, for me, I'm not in a position right now where I feel like I've got to just focus on one or two lines. It's more, I'm in an odd position where for most of what I'm into or for most of what I do, for me, for who I am, I'm a minimalist who's also an action figure collector. So I don't like having just tons of stuff around. I like to keep it a really tight, curated collection. But as long as I've got shelves and room for them, who cares? Except then eventually, like, I want to keep my collection to a point where I don't feel like selling any of it. And right now, that's where I'm at. I love everything I have. And so, man, that's where I'm sitting here trying to figure out my own focus. Your focus and Clankatron's focus, these are quality focuses. Like, that is amazing. And I'm stoked for you guys that you figured it out. Anton, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for talking. Anton, thank you for hanging out tonight, man. We always appreciate seeing you around. Skew, what have you. Take care. Yes, Anton. All right. Clankatron. I don't usually buy every one. I'm usually good at picking and choosing who to buy, but Transformers is making it hard right now with 4 combiner teams and the 13 primes all at the same time. 4 combiner teams. Help me out, Clankatron. Are you counting the Menasor that came out, what was it, last year or the year before? Because I know this year they're starting Bruticus. We've got Devastator and they've started Superion. So they've started Devastator and Superion. They're going to start Bruticus. Is that it, or am I missing somebody? That's what I need to know, because right now, like I say, I'm trying to collect G1 and the primes. And right now, oh, by the way, Prima Prime, oh, I love that figure. And I've only seen him once. And I made this decision. One night I was at Meijer. Meijer, for those of you who don't know, is kind of like Walmart. Like, they've got a lot of everything. And I was in there and they had the 2 aerial bots and they had Prima. And I almost just got the aerial bots thinking there's no way Prima will sell. So I'll leave them here and I'll get them next time or something whenever I get paid or I head that way. And I thought that night, for some reason, no, I feel like I should get all these. And I did, and I haven't seen Prima since. Red Alert is everywhere, but Prima I can't find again. So I am so happy that I picked up that Prima Prime. Star, if I'm buying one, I got to buy all in that line. It's all or nothing. If I can't have all, I don't want any. Star, we've talked about that. I'm kind of with you. Like, it drives me crazy right now that I don't have Riddler and Scarecrow and Poison Ivy from the Mafex Hush line. Like, it drives me nuts because I need them all. I need them all. And it does mess with me ever so slightly. Cheers, all. You guys are my second family. LOL. Oh, tragic. Thank you, sir. And always love seeing you stop by to hang out, man. Definitely appreciate it. Can't wait to see what you're doing with that cave, and let us know about the move and everything else, man. This sounds like exciting times for you. So stoked to hear all about it. Okay, what do we have, Clank? What do you got? I'm still working on Menasor. Okay. I was wondering if you were counting Menasor or if there was one that I didn't know about. That would have been bad. Although I kind of need to get Menasor. I haven't even tried on that one. Skew, take care, Tragic. Take care, y'all. You too, Skew, man. Thanks for stopping in. It is about that time. Sci-fi, don't forget Abominus and Predaking. Oh, you know what? If Hasbro makes a Predaking, I will go insane. I will need that. That would be so much fun. I loved Predaking as a kid. All I'll be able to see, and the ones that aren't there. Oh, yep. I understand that, because that's what I'm talking about with my Hush figures. I see my Hush display and I don't see the ones that are there. Like, exactly what you're saying, Star. All right, ladies and gents, there it is. We have 8:30. Let's get this from Pixelated. Real talk. I will sometimes buy just one figure if I get an idea for something I'd like to shoot. Real talk, Pixelated. Same here, man. That's awesome. I don't usually see much though, so I'm kind of safe from some of that. But we'll see how safe I remain, because again, I'm going to a convention next weekend. It's going to get is going to get ugly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we got this fine evening. So as always, thank you very much for stopping by. I hugely appreciate it. You all could have done anything tonight. You chose to hang out here with all of us. So thanks again. And until next time, have fun. Happy snapping. See ya. I have hit the end stream button now, and I'm hitting it again.